murderer was a very cautious sort, you see. That's why the murderer had to search for that bullet. Yeah. If that's the case, then they should have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well. Huh? Why would they only take one of the 2 shots fired? Yeah, doesn't really work. Have you really thought this through? I'm going to have to penalise you. This isn't going well. Was there a need? Well, they had to find it. Why they took it? What possible reason could they have had? Bullet would be proof. Proof? It was a special bullet. They took it with them. If that's the case, then they should have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well. Again, oh, I guess this doesn't work. This whole line of questioning is wrong. Why would they only take one of the 2 shots fired? Oh, right. Damn. Not doing so well with this one. So it must be that they didn't need it, because the only 2 options coming out of that are both false. Why would the murderer have spent time looking for a stray bullet? I haven't got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Bah, the murderer had no reason to take the bullet. You don't want to admit, but it's true. He had to take it. Okay. What does that mean? You're thinking too normal, think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken, think why the bullet had to be taken. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I have no idea what I'm doing. The murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene, but the murderer had to take that bullet. What do you mean? For instance, what? He has no idea himself either. He's like, what the? Maybe the bullet hit the murderer. That's interesting. New theory. New theory. Dead chick is indeed carrying him and me as well. He's got 2 very strong arms. New theory. Okay, so the gun that shot in there did indeed only go off once in the elevator. The previous shot must have been from the previous use of the gun, right? When Miles Edgeworth threw the gun and it went off, the bullet went out through that window. Whoosh! And hit somebody else who still has the bullet lodged inside them. And then, no, actually this isn't working. No, because then there would be 2 bullet holes in the door. I was going to say they then shot back in and shot Gregory Edgeworth. And that the bullets will have different ballistic markings. So no. Okay. This is why we chew a theory over. So close yet so far, yeah. So, what they're saying though is that the bullet hit somebody else. The first shot from Edgeworth. The person we heard screaming was somebody else who got hit. That means that there was indeed a bullet that shot his father. It just didn't come out of the gun that Edgeworth threw. And even though that gun was found twice... Question is, did they match this up to the ballistics on the gun? Did the evidence get swapped by, what's his name? Von Karma. Von Karma could have swapped the gun in the evidence locker. Could have been an entirely different gun that, that Miles Edgeworth threw at the 2 men in the elevator. Let's just see what Phoenix has to say. Maybe the bullet hit the murderer. The bullet hit the murderer? Just saying, for instance, I mean, if you hit, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there, you know. Stunned silence. Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer themselves was shot, and they left with the second bullet inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime. Yes, I guess that's how it would work. But there's one problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean the murderer came from outside, yes. But maybe it is right. The two men fighting inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol from his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness as he's hearing that person scream. Then the murderer opens the elevator doors, sees the men inside. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping it. I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer. No one was wounded at the incident. He's right. Can't think of anybody. Hey, Nick. Huh? I just thought of something really crazy. Yeah? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. That's Von Karma that he's talking about. It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that. Yes, he could never understand why. He's like, surely he would have wanted to get stuck back into work. He was convalescing. He may have gone abroad and then had surgery. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in many years of prosecuting. Oh, we're closing in. What if Von Karma didn't take the vacation because of shock? He took it because he was injured. Which could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh man. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed. No, Your Honor. Well, you have indicated the possibility the murderer came from the outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Oh no, straight away. If we say it now, it's just we've got no evidence, right? We could save it for a better time, maybe. Don't have enough proof yet. This is my trump card, I'll save it for the right time. Mr. Wright, something the matter? I'm fine, Your Honor. Shall we carry on with the trial then? That said, we have no further to go. All that is left is the finish. In other words, the verdict. What? No, not yet. Think, Mr. Wright. You have said that someone from the outside was the murderer, yet you cannot suggest anyone with as a possible suspect, which means your conjecture is worthless and will be rejected, of course. Nick. Now's not the time to be holding on to that trump card. The trial's almost over. I suppose we can use it as a motive. Your Honor, there is a suspect and one lone suspect. This is interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who's your suspect? My hands are shaking. The what? Von Karma. Von Karma? He's smiling. You mean the Von Karma, the prosecutor, the one standing right over there? Bah. You don't object? I see no need. Why, Your Honor? Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation for several months, starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without a reason? So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify. Nick, let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth? I know Von Karma perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave any clues. He probably didn't undergo the surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness. So he's walking around with a bullet in him still. Nobody? Nobody that's perfect. So what now, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane. No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Well, you kind of can, but it's not advisable, especially if you have no medical training. What does that mean? The bullet has to be somewhere, but where? Very well, Mr. Wright. Can you produce evidence to prove I was shot? Your Honour, I demand that the prosecutor strip before this court. Wait, that's not an option? Damn. Magnet time. Alright, Von Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how you like that so much. What? The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is... metal detector. Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery leaving an evidence trail, so then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. You don't mean... I do. There is the possibility the bullet is still inside Von Karma. Is that even possible for all these years? Well, it's not advisable. That's actually a really good way to have constant problems, but okay. Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector, which I just happen to be carrying in my back pocket all the time. I'm going to run this over you and see what we find. He's like, no! I refuse. You refuse. But refusing this means contempt of court. You acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you? I said, get an MRI, that bullet will just ping right out of him. Yeah. Order! 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 Your Honour, the defence requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector. Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy. No, asking you to strip would be the invasion of privacy, but I would have my way if I could. The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here and now. Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing. Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. If nothing else, it places him at the scene of the crime. It reacted. Something is inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Statute of limitation isn't plural. Okay, fine. Sorry. Mr. Von Karma. You. It's you. I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6. But, Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that? Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. You do, actually. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here. That's true, actually. Not I. Mr. Wright, Well, can you prove it? Can you prove the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6? Of course he can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence. Actually, we do. That's because you took it from the records room yesterday. With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. Can we get a surgeon in here real quick and just remove that bullet? Compare it to the one that we have from the DL6 evidence locker. No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma. What? You were close, 1 day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof. What? Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my proof. That's a bullet? Where did you get that? This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings. You may recall the term. It came up with the first trial 2 days ago. Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets, find if the markings match. We would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun, the very same pistol, in other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Brr. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove that bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? Brr. Brr. Oh god. He's going Hulk mode. That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know. Here we go again. We're back in the flashback. They're arguing. Breathing my air. Then Edgeworth throws that pistol at him to stop him from hurting his father. Goes off. The bullet goes outside through the window. Hits Von Karma, who was probably coming there anyway to kill them. It's that scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma! It was you who screamed! Mr. Von Karma? Edgeworth, only you would dare defy me. So it was you. Oh, damn. Just smacking his face into the wall now. You and your father are my curse. Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you with my bare hands. Death, death, death. I think actually, you know, he's going to be unconscious any second now. Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry. Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. Never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. Sorry, but you will have to be penalised. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth. It was a shock like none I had ever known. Me, penalised. It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court record room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black, the lights must have gone out. Went into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. This is after the earthquake. The power went out. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on, the elevator door opened before my eyes. And he picked the gun up. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. So he didn't cover for his son. He just assumed he was shot by Yogi. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge? What? What are you doing? Your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it. Very well. It appears we've come a very long way to end this maze. 15 years later. Mr. Miles Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. You were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty! That is all. This court is adjourned. And Von Karma? Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool inside, but you crushed him, Nick. I gotta say I'm impressed. It was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it. I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. Now it's all just a good memory. Incoming Tsundere. So it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right? Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this. But you start with a T, with a H, that's a th sound, and then there's an A and an N and a K after that. So that's an ank. Put them together, you get thank. You'll figure it out from there. I know, I know. Try thank you. I see. Thank you, Wright. You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that. Sorry, I'm no good at this sort of thing. You've got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. He's got you there. Whoop! Oh, here comes Gumshoe over the moon. Amazing, pal, you pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month, but who cares? See, Mr. Edgeworth? You should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you. In fact, you should probably be paying for dinner. Anyway. I see. Whoop! Yeah, didn't work. I feel foolish. You look foolish. Don't worry, it takes a little at a time and you'll get used to it. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Oh god, Lotta's here. Go away. Hey, y'all. Lotta! Y'all were great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats. Thank y'all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Bullshit. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there. Yes, he would. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you going to do now, Lotta? Who, me? Oh, I went back to college. I gave up on trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. Oh god, why the sad face, Larry? What happened? Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world. You don't look sick. It's Kianse. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind. Seeing that coming. Yo, Edgy, there you are. Yeah, here I am. Congrats, Edgy. Here's a little gift from me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Harry Butts, you've come along tonight too. My treat, pal. Huh? Oh, thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? I think you'll be fine, Larry. Right? Yeah. What's up? That envelope Larry gave me, it's got money in it. Oh yeah, that's not strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Oh my god. Larry did steal the lunch money after all. Just because he was took a day off school, and he didn't come and steal something while they were all in PE class. What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly? Nick! Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? $38, no. No, Larry, it was you? Why are you so surprised about that, Wright? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came to school anyway. He saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. I never was good at history. God damn it, Larry. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know. Really, Wright, I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events. Edgeworth. You should have told me. Now, Nick. It was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. There you have it. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. You should probably quit your job? No. Well, you've always been something of an insufferable emotionist. Yep, and you get worked up too easily too. Death. The death sentence to both of you. Man, if I'd only known, I'd become a prosecutor. Same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time I thought I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor to punish that part of myself. If I'd known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth? Want to switch right? Hey y'all, line up, I'll take a photo. Hey, photo time, let's go. And after that, dinner on me. Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. Why would he still be in detention? They'd let you go. I mean, the paperwork needs to be served, but then free. Oh, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Still only 5? Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this, a letter? Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth too. I wanted to help you. But I couldn't. I was useless, so I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Aw. Goodbye, Nick. Goodbye? What time is it? The first trains for the mountains have already left. To the station. I guess I'm too late. Not quite. Hey, Nick. Hiya. So, you're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits, and I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay? Hold it! Objection! Wait! What? I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help, huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice. You heard my sister? Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything. Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped him, Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick. But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya. I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped. Evidence? That's right, what did we have that she helped? It was the bullet. She actually grabbed the bullet when she got zapped. She was able to snatch it from him. He didn't notice. Bullet? Von Karma was convinced he'd taken all the evidence pertaining to DL6. You were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me. Nick. Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. Oh. I'll be back soon, huh? I'm going to complete my training and come back. Okay, I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself, you're hopeless. I don't know about that. So, this is it. See you soon, Maya. So my story ends, time to turn a new page and say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. Same old crazy cast of characters. Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur. Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim? Yes, Your Honor. Got a bad feeling about this. Cool. Well, that's the first game done. Nice. So he did go back to being a prosecutor. The heck. I kind of wondered if maybe Edgeworth would join Phoenix as a new lawyer. Nick? No, I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working a cheese shop. Oh god. That Misty's a nice lady, but she's not exactly what you'd call her. I can't catch up with this. It scrolls through too quickly. You guys are just going to have to read these on your own. Next! Yes, oh yeah, we're going to play the next one. We'll get started on it, well, when this credit roll's done, I guess. Oh god, it's the bellboy. From the murder room. Oh, he wrote the affidavit for me. Yeah, that's right. The Gatewater Hotel. I was so thrilled to be able to do that, bless him. The days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemons, you see. So who's this going around asking all these questions about Phoenix Wright? This is from the point of view of somebody asking about him. Yeah, look, I mean, I have no chance of keeping up with that. Oh god, your old bag went full demon mode again. Ah, willpowers. I'm going to stick with this just in case we find out who this is that's running around asking questions. Unless it's just somebody making a documentary. Got a letter from Maya, sounds like she's caught a cold standing under a waterfall. Really? New art finished. Awesome. Oh god, this kid's still sneaking into the studio. He took a peek at whoever plays the pink princess, and who was under the costume. He's like, oh god, that was a shock for my age. What a dog. She's like 50 years old. Oh great, so she's gone to be a paranormal photographer. Apparently there was a ghost standing behind everybody. That'd be Mia, I bet. When they did the group photo. There it is, yep. Group photo. Wait, where did Maya get that sign from? And the confetti here from blooming... So he's the one throwing the confetti in the courtroom. Bloody gumshoe. What? Hold it. Oh, episode 5?